Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Eaton, and today we're going to be taking a look at the newly refreshed and redesigned 2024 Chevrolet Traverse RS. This one's finished off in Radiant Red Tintcoat over the jet black leather interior. A huge thank you to Dorado Chevrolet here in McKinney, which is a part of the Dorado Auto Group, and to Yazan for allowing me to check this one out today. With that being said, ask for him when you come by and you'll get a great deal. And so, let's go ahead and let's check out the inside. This vehicle, of course, does have your remote start function, as well as your lock and unlock, your trunk release, and your panic alarm. To activate the remote start feature, just make sure the vehicle is locked and double click. And as you can see, the vehicle is now running. After waiting a few seconds, you double click it again, and the vehicle is now shut off. This one here being the RS, it does come with front and rear parking sensors. As you can see, the sensors here on the front. You do have a blacked out grille, which is very nice and unique with your black Chevy bow tie. Of course, you do also have your standard LED daytime running lights right here, as well as your standard headlamps right there. Those, of course, also in LEDs too. As you can see, this one here does come with a set of Continental tires, which, as you can see, are pretty nice. These are 275 45 R22s all the way around. You do have piano black mirrors, as well as LED turn signals, as well as your Traverse lettering right here on the doors. Go ahead, let's check it out. As you can see, coming up to the door panel here, you do have some soft touch material here on the top as well as at the bottom. You do have some red stitching right here, which looks very nice. As you can see, this also does have your power windows, your power mirrors, your power windows, your locks right here. You have two-person memory seating as well as a set to actually set it up. Of course, the RS does give you this kind of unique carbon fiber finish in this red color, which is very cool. Of course, these seats are power reclined and power lumbar as well. Nice startup animation. Of course, to start the vehicle, just make sure you have the key in your pocket, put your foot on the brake, and hit the button right there to start the engine. Starting things off here, you do have a very nice leather-wrapped steering wheel. As you can see, rack and pinion powered, with stitching indicating that this is the more sportier trim level. You do have some controls on the left as well as on the right. You have controls for your cruise control as well as some safety features down here. To the right, you do have hands-free telephone, audio, as well as controls for your heated steering wheel, as well as your hands-free phone right there. With that being said, as you can see, you have a 17.7-inch LCD display, which covers not just the driver information system, but also the infotainment system itself, which is pretty cool. Starting things off here, as you can see, it's just a very nice looking dashboard, and I have to say Chevrolet did an awesome job with this one in particular. As you can see, as we come along here, first and foremost, you do have a digital rear view mirror, which is very nice, which, as you can see, and then as you can tell, when you put this back to its normal position, it turns back into a regular rear view mirror, digital, regular, which is pretty nice. With that being said, coming along here, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and kind of go through the menu here. But first and foremost, you do have your overall speed, you do have your miles to empty, you do have your tachometer right there, you do have your gear selection right there, what's on the radio or what's on the radio, which is going to be right here, although the audio is currently off. This is of course going to let you know who has on their seatbelts or who doesn't, and of course your current odometer reading. But with that being said, as we go through here, you have your radio favorites and stuff like that, which is pretty nice. So you have three different presets already. Sirius XM Hits 1, 80s on 8, Classic Rewind. Coming over here, as you can see, this is going to be for your phone. Coming onto this side here, doesn't really do anything much. There we go. You do have your gap adjust right there, which is very helpful when it comes on to letting you know how much car length you're going to have in front of you, which is pretty nice. Overall, though, it's a pretty unique system. With that being said, you're going to have heated and ventilated seats for the front and front passenger, AC, recycling, fan speed, fan positioning, as well as your dual zone climate controls. As you can tell, you can fix the lights whether you want them to come on automatically, fog lights, the actual light itself, or you can turn this off. Your automatic light control will turn off. So we'll go ahead and put that back to auto. And then this is going to be your different controls and safeties, such as your dome light, power window lockout, camera, a tracking controls menu, auto high beams, auto park assist, as well as park assist, doors and windows, lights, drive and park, as well as universal remotes. And then of course you come to your main screen. That of course is going to give you a lot of cool features as well, such as vehicle status, Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, trailering, Play Store, your settings, as well as Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, ambient lighting, auto park assist, your camera, which is pretty cool, as well as your climate control. With that said, you also have some icons up here too. So this is going to be your home page. This is going to be your Google Maps. So if you have an account, definitely you want to make sure that's set up. No content available. That's just going to be your different screens, of course. So with that said, this is going to be for, let's say you have your radio on. It's going to show all that information here. You're going to have your tire pressure monitoring system. You're going to have your Google shortcuts, such as play the news, start navigation, phone or messaging, of course. You're going to have audio, different types of audio, such as AM and FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, Google News, Google Podcast, USB, as well as Amazon Alexa. This, of course, is going to be your full view. Hold on a minute. Just go through this real quick. But anyways, as you can see, you have a full-fledged digital navigation system, which is very nice. As you can see, pinch to zoom, you can see different destinations, different roads and all that, which is cool. You can go to search and search a particular destination. You have gas stations where you want to go and eat, groceries, or if you want to get a cup of coffee. You have your voice assistant right there. You do have settings, you do have your audio, and of course your compass right there. With that being said, moving along to this side, this is going to be for your phone. Your phone obviously needs to be paired in order for that to work. And then we come back to where we were before. So with that being said, coming right down below that, you do have your dual zone climate controls. You do have your fan speed. You do have max air conditioning, rear ventilation, your and of course your on-off to turn off the air conditioning as well. Now, with that said, you do have a wireless charging area here. You have a USB-C and a regular USB port, as well as a 12-volt outlet right there too. You have two cup holders. You have this piano black finish right here, which of course opens up to where you can store another key, or in this case, some extra storage. And then of course you have a very massive glove compartment here, which is pretty nice. Good amount of storage for this little cubby right here, but then you have a massive amount of storage in here as well, which looks really, really good. But with that said, pretty self-explanatory. And a couple other things to note: you do have paddle shifters on the wheel. You also have a couple of other controls here. as well. All are pretty self-explanatory, and of course you do have your auto stop start. You can have that on or off, and of course to adjust your gauges, whether you want them to be bright or you want them to be dim. So that's kind of cool as well. With that said, let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. And of course you do have your Bose premium system here. As we come into the second row, excuse my bag for being right here, but as you can see, the second row is going to be to a set of captain's chairs, which does allow for easy access into the third row, which is pretty nice. But of course, you do have rear vents on top of here, which is pretty cool. You do have seat pockets on both sides. You do have cup holders here. You do have your controls for your air conditioning, temperature adjustments. You do have your rear heated seats. You do have your two USB-Cs right there, which are nice, and your traditional plug-in right there. And of course, you can jump into the third row, you know, if you have kids or stuff. If you have kids and stuff, of course, you will be able to fit them into the third row as well. Now, as you can see, just the materials here on the seat are very nice and very, very comfortable and everything, and overall it does look pretty good. So with that said, and the attention to detail is just really, really nice as well. This of course does have a capless fuel filler, makes it easier to pump gas at the gas station, and of course an illustration of how to put the nozzle into the capless tank itself, which is pretty self-explanatory. The Traverse RS does have LED taillights in the back, and of course you do have quad exhaust tips at the bottom, which is pretty cool. As you can see, automatic liftgate. And coming into the cargo area, you have a good amount of room for the third row. With the third row up, it's not too bad, as you can see here. You do have your carpeted mats here, and in here, this is likely going to be a first aid kit. Yep, this is a first aid kit, which is pretty cool. That they give that to you complimentary. Of course, you have controls on this side, so that way you can fold the seats down, which is pretty self-explanatory. And additional storage underneath. And of course, when you're done, tap it, and it will close automatically. Under the hood of the new Traverse, we have a 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. This, of course, replaces the standard 3.6 liter V6. It produces now 328 horsepower, which, as you can see, is not bad. And of course, when we go over the window sticker, I'll talk more about in detail what comes as far as your fuel economy is concerned. But overall, this engine is running smoothly, and it does sound pretty good. Alright guys, and I'm going to do my best to show you all the window sticker for this model. It's a 2024 Traverse RS front-wheel drive in Radiant Red Tintcoat with the jet black leather pointed seats, the 2.5 liter turbocharged dual overhead cam single injection engine through an 8-speed automatic transmission. With that being said, you have your standard equipment right here in this little area, so you can kind of see what's going on, and also here as well for safety and security. Of course, standard vehicle price is $54,200. The Radiant Red Tintcoat paint color is $495. The float island package for all rows is $275. The roadside safety pack The roadside safety package is going to be $195. You're going to get the first aid kit that I just showed you guys, the wiper park heated, the heated wipers when parked is a credit of $100. Only $865 worth of options, and with a $1,395 destination charge. Total for this one comes out to $56,460. And of course, fuel economy is also just as impressive, coming in at 20 city, 27 highway, and 22 combined. With that being said, overall, not too shabby. Well, everyone, that's going to do it for this walk around and tour of the 2024 Chevrolet Traverse RS. Hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next video.